weapon. Some of you niggas playing, but me, I'm really stepping. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Them heathens, they gon' learn. Them heathens, they gon' burn. Esau is about to fall, then Jacob is all turned. They been fucking with the chosen, so they gotta pay. Revelation 13 and 10, tell me what does it say? When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. The blood that's in my veins is sin straight from the greatest. All of my tool is broke, but that 40 know it's my favorite. And we losing all our babies to this crazy shit we represent. For the money and the world, nigga, this crazy shit ain't making sense. We the children of the light, and we fighting all the darkness. The way I'm stacking ammo, my bitches thinking I'm harmless. Them devils get to smiling, got you thinking that he harmless. Remember Oklahoma? That is where them cracker bombs. The pain will make you wake up. You know they really hate it. Turn the truth into a lie. That's the shit they gotta pay for. The mission that I'm on is waking up all our people. Show them we are the greatest. Nothing about a sequel. Yeah, yeah. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. When I say my prayers, I gotta turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. Before you go to war, yo, you better turn to the east, turn to the east, turn to the east. According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Let bygone be. Boy, ask you to stop and ask you to prop. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed he up on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the host in this world that don't go together. No, it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, see the prophets. So I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. You know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world and boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I don't step, I'm silent for show. To the fake niggas, stay silent, I got it, let's go. Let's go. I ain't taking no losses, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your own. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep me slave. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got your baby mother on high, or got your baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ass you the props.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop and ass you the props. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up, serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga.
I don't want to live 9 to 5, paycheck to paycheck.
I wish I would have known this 20 years ago.
This is a hidden gem that people
get outside, nigga, outside, one west and we outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One west sleeve stretched, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery, I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim, fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got the Ruger 5 and 7. That's my boot thing. That temperature getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big burst of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. There's one west on them corners and we outside. We outside with it.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds. With all the money I saved, thought I'd buy stilts.
Hi, honey.
Hey. Oh, look, no line at the hot dog stand.
Yes.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
With Asana,
you can drive clarity and impact at scale and workflows to company-wide goals. Asana, a smarter way to work. Try it for free.
Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yasha, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, yeah, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. I'm really for my people, y'all just playing games. I'm all about the truth, we are not the same. I'ma shoot it to you straight with a little slang. UPK, y'all finished, bitch, yeah, you know the name. Started on the streets back in '69. Read it in the record, now I want what's mine. Came up from the dust, now you see the shine. Ain't no cowards in my camp, all we know is grind. Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yasha holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me.
What is verse 2 when it's game time? Shield of David, no game sign. Nothing but truth that we bring to you. Change on the spirit, we breaking loose. Repent for your sins and from within. Become a new man and then you stand for all the people who need you. Damn right we gon' teach you. Cause the preacher man be lying, telling all them lies, but he still wants your ties for the new car he drives. It's now time that we wake up. Ain't no devil gon' save us. All we need is the truth. 144 in them boots.
Preaching prophet of the Lord, gotta teach his people, exposing all the lies with the truth. Now they can see the evil, we the lost children of the Lord. Yasha holler, chopping heads off with my sword. Holy Bible, one west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me. One west, one west, one west, one west, one west, till they bury me.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. The Habba Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatha to all my brothers, Yahweh Shema Elatha Bahashem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, straight out of 1 West 125th Harlem, New York, under command of Gen.YAHANNA. And what we do is we teach the Blacks, Hispanic, and Native that they are God's true and only chosen people. And with being God's true and only chosen people comes with a set of responsibilities. Those responsibilities are to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, as he had set forth within these scriptures, you know what I'm saying? So today is the law class, and today we're going to discuss a big controversy in the world today. Is the law done away with? Did Christ nail the law to the cross? Is the law done away with? What is going on with the law? You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you and teach you and show you through the Bible that it's not done away with. Because if the law is done away with, people like Diddy would not be going through what he's going through right now. Your grandmother wouldn't have gout. You know what I'm saying? Your mama wouldn't be a junkie in a hole. You know, your father wouldn't be selling drugs, going to jail every time he gets out. You know what I'm saying? The law is here to stay. and we are better for it. And I'm going to prove that with the scriptures. But I want to open the class up to questions. I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to ask some questions, give y'all a couple of minutes to type them on in. If y'all got questions, type them on in. If you got a couple of minutes, type in all your questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a couple of minutes before we start the class. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alatha Hashem, Yahweh Shah, sis. We're going to get it in. We're going to get it in. You know what I'm saying? Today's class is about, is the law done away with? I'm going to go through quite a bit of scriptures. I'm going to try to smooth it out. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get with it. You know what I'm saying? The first scripture is going to be Matthew 5:17 through 19. All right, since nobody got questions, everybody knows the Bible, right? Everybody knows the Bible. I see. All right. We're gonna read it though. I want to ask y'all questions too now, since y'all believe, you know what I'm saying, y'all know everything, y'all have no questions. I'm gonna ask y'all some questions throughout this myself, all right? So let's get with it. Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law. Now, if you know anything about the Bible, when it's in red, that means Christ is speaking. And if Christ is speaking, that means it's something important. And he said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. Why would he say, think not? Why would he say, think not? Because let me tell you, even back then, they were thinking that he was coming to destroy the law. They thought he was doing away with the law back then. You know what I'm saying? Even back then, when he was walking the earth, they thought he done away with the law. You know who was thinking that? The Sadducees and Pharisees. That's why we say the Christians are Sadducees and Pharisees, because they are coming with the same rhetoric that they came with against Christ. You know what I'm saying? So Christ said, think not that I am come to destroy the law. Let's continue. Or the prophets. He ain't come to do away with the law or the prophets. He don't want you thinking that then. He didn't want people thinking it now. He has not come to destroy the prophets. It's just that simple. What does it mean, destroy the prophet? That means the prophecy that the prophets laid out, the culture, the customs. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do away with none of that. And most importantly, he did not do away with the law. This is coming out of his mouth. He has not come to destroy the law, but let's continue. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. He ain't come to destroy the law. He came to fulfill it. What does it mean to fulfill? To put it in practice, to do it, to complete it. He is the completion of it. Question is, are you? Are you following the law? Are you the completion of it? You say you're Christ-like, you say you're a Christian. Are you the completion of it? Ask yourself that. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass. So Christ is telling you, till heaven and earth pass. So when heaven and earth passes, this will happen. Till heaven and earth pass, one jot and one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till it all be fulfilled. Now let me tell you something. Not one jot and not one tittle. Not one dotting of the I, not one crossing of the T. Not one period, not one comma will pass away from the law till the earth and the heaven is done away with. So as long as there's a planet Earth, the law is here. And I don't know about y'all, but if y'all look around, just look around real quick. Take a peek out the window. What do y'all see? What do y'all see? Take a peek out the window. What do you see? You see the earth. So out of Christ's own mouth, he says, not one jot or one tittle shall pass away as long as the earth is here. So why is Christians telling y'all that the law is done away with? Why do they say such things? I'll leave that up to your own imagination for now, but ask yourself that. Why do Christians say the law is done away with when Christ is blatantly saying that it's not? Let's continue. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, if you break any of the commandments, even the ones that you think is small, that's not important, eating pork ain't important to you, you think you can slide through with that, you know what I'm saying? You think you can slide through with smoking a cigarette, you think you can slide through by dating a white girl, you think you can do what you want. But he said, whosoever shall break the least of these commandments, let's continue, and shall teach men so, and teach men that it's okay to, and teach men that it's okay to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and teach women that it's okay to leave your man because, you know what I'm saying, she's not happy. You know what I'm saying? And they put it in practice. The pastor's sleeping with your children, he's sleeping with your wife, you know what I'm saying? He probably sleeping with your mama, who knows? You know what I'm saying? These are the people that we look to as leaders. And sometimes just doing it is teaching men to do it. Sometimes you don't got to say the law is done away with. Sometimes you don't got to say it's okay to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. You are a walking and living example. You are supposed to be a leader. Like, for example, people in the Black community used to look up to Diddy. We used to look up to our entertainers. We used to look up to T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and Eddie Long. So we look up to them, we see them as examples. And when we see what they do, we tend to follow it. We tend to mimic it, regurgitate it. So you think it's stopping at Diddy? Now there's going to be another Diddy. There's going to be another Eddie Long. There's going to be another T.D. Jakes, another Creflo Dollar, another Jay-Z, another whatever you think a Black leader is. There's going to be another MLK. There's thousands of them right now. There's thousands of Malcolm X's. You know what I'm saying? And they led our people astray. You know what I'm saying? So they are going to be what? Let's read that from the top again. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. That man's going to be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. He's going to be at the bottom. He's going to be poor black trash. You know what I'm saying? You see how these cats are on Mass Ave? All these people strung out on Mass Ave. When the kingdom of God comes, there's going to be a similar version of that, of our own. They're going to be poor black trash. They're going to be looked down upon because what they've done in this world today. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. But whosoever shall do and teach them. Now, this is a small group of people. This is a small group of people that actually does follow the law, actually follows the law and teaches men to follow the law. Hell, right now, I have a law class. I'm teaching y'all that the law is not done away with. So I'm teaching y'all to follow the law. And I do follow the law. So those men are only in the I.S.U.P.K. doubt me, we can have a conversation about it. If you don't believe it's just the men, it's not just the men in I.S.U.P.K, show me so. Show me. But let me tell you something, it's only the men in the I.S.U.P.K. Only we follow the law, statutes, and commandments. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? But let's get with it. The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's the goal. That's the goal. We ain't out here begging for reparations. Nah, we don't want the reparations. Let me tell you what we do want. We want straight up and down a kingdom. And not just a kingdom, we want rulership in that kingdom. That's the goal of the I.S.U.P.K. We want some type of status. Because in this kingdom, we have no status. Black, Hispanic, and Natives are nobodies in this world. Nobodies. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get 1 John 2. First John. Oh, let me get there. Let me get there. All right. If you're there, read along with me. 1 John chapter 2. Should we go up higher? Now let's stay where we at. But I do advise y'all to go up and under the verses I read so you can catch the full context. Shalom, Brother Bobby. What's going on? I do advise y'all to look above and under, continue reading, start before I start, get the full context of what I'm bringing out. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. 1 John chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him. This is the only way that you can know if you know Christ. I mean, I know you got your grandmama saying she knows the Lord knows her. She has a relationship with Jesus. Hell, I'll be on this app called Bigo. And there's a woman on there that says she is married to Jesus. And she believes Jesus is God. So she believes she is married to God. But let me tell you something. This scripture straight up and down says, and hereby we do know that we know him. This is how you know that if somebody knows God. This is how you know if somebody is true about what they live in. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people could talk that talk. You know what I'm saying? You darn right, sis. The law just isn't in the first 5 books. You know what I'm saying? Situations came up where brothers had to make laws too. You know what I'm saying? And we follow those laws till these days. But, you know what I'm saying? Here do we know that we do know, because a lot of people fake the funk. A lot of people, lie. You know what I'm saying? Give you a false image of what righteousness is. You know what I'm saying? When you see those brothers on the corner in all black and the spikes and the chains and the, you know what I'm saying, do-rags, headbands, war scarves, you don't think those are the men of God. Only time you think it's a man of God if he has a suit and a tie, you know what I'm saying, a low haircut. Oh man, let a man have a rough do. Got the rough do and a beard. Oh man, y'all think he is a heathen, he is a criminal, he is scum of the earth. But if he's following the law, what did this say? Hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. That's how you know somebody's a man of God, if they keep his commandments. That's how you know somebody is in that one body of Christ, if they keep the commandments. If they're not keeping the commandments, let me tell you something. Those are not men of God. Those are wolves, liars, deceivers, heartbreakers. Yeah, I had to do it. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it. But let's continue. Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments. Those that say that they know him and keep not his commandments. Those that say they know him and eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Those that say they know him and selling drugs on the street corners. Those that say they know him and, twerking on the stripper pole or on OnlyFans. Those that say they know him, you know what I'm saying? Those that say they know him and doing all those things, that's what they are. Let's continue. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him. Understand that those who say they keep his commandments, they are liars. They are straight up and down liars. You know what I'm saying? They do not keep his commandments. They do not. If you're not keeping his commandments, you are a liar. You don't love God. And that trickles down too. That trickles down. You say that you love God and you're not following his commandments. I could pretty much know that you don't love anything else. You absolutely do not love anything else. You don't love your kids. You know why? Because you're teaching your kids to break God's laws. You're teaching your kids about holidays. You know what I'm saying? You're about to be, trick-or-treating very soon in about a month. About a month, y'all about to be trick-or-treating. You're about to do all types of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Throwing eggs at people's houses. You know what I'm saying? You're teaching your kids to eat pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and it's okay. You're teaching your kids you only live once, YOLO, which give your kids all types of the wrong things to do, ideas to do the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? They become all types of drug addicts. Some of y'all are smoking with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Which is absolutely vile and disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. It's a liar, and the truth is not him in him. But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Those that keep the laws of God, those that follow the laws, inside him the love of God is perfected. What does that mean about the love of God being perfected? Now, I'm asking y'all. Y'all can type it in. I'm going to give y'all a second to type it. What does it mean that the love of God is perfected? Y'all in there? I know y'all in here. Y'all can type. What does it mean? I told y'all don't have any questions. I'm going to ask y'all questions. What does it mean by the love of God is perfected? What does it mean that the love of God is perfected? What does that mean? Yes, but that's a complete different subject. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Yes, indeed it is. It is. That's right. If he loves you, he chastises you. So think about it as a parent. Think about it as a parent. Let's say you got two children. There's a child who you got to chastise all the time, doesn't listen to what you're saying. And then there's a child who just does what you say first time, remembers it, never makes the same mistake twice. Your love for that child is going to be different for the love of the other one. That child, the one that actually listens to you, ain't going to have to worry about nothing. No, well, that's true, but that's not the love being perfected. The love being perfected is in the way that you move. You know what I'm saying? You're moving like when you follow the laws. How may I say that? How may I say this? People see God in you. Yeah, your fruits, exactly. You'll be more fruitful for one. Yes, definitely. You'll be more fruitful for one. Definitely. But people start seeing God in you. People know that you're not the one to cross. You know what I'm saying? People start seeing that you're not the one to cross. People look at you different. You're more protected. You could go in spaces where most men can't go. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, we had a mission in the ISUPK, brothers in the South. They gathered up food and crossed the border. Well, they attempted to cross the border legally, try to get into Mexico legally, but the Border Patrol wouldn't let them. So they snuck to the other side through a route that only the cartel uses. And to make it even better, guess who escorted us? The cartel. Because they respected our mission. So within God's love being perfected in us, we are not just protected by God, because usually anybody even on those routes are killed. Just being on the route, you could get killed. Never mind being escorted by him. But we're respected. People see God's in us, so they respect us. And the Most High protects us in situations where it really gets rough. It really gets rough. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue it. Hereby know we that we are in him. That's how people will know that you are with the Most High, that you are with Christ, that you are part of that one body, that you love your people, that you know what I'm saying? People see you. You know what I'm saying? People see you. There's a scripture I can't remember right now, but something about your enemies even respecting you. Something about your enemies even respecting you once you start following the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get Matthew. Let's go back to Matthew. Yeah, let's get Matthew 19 and I think 17 maybe. What the hell? I always do that. No lie, I always do that. Matthew 19 and 17. Let me get there. Actually, we're gonna start at 16. We're gonna go up. A verse. Y'all can read ahead before it. Y'all can read after it. But I want to give y'all a little more context, because within the context of this story, there's a whole bunch of lessons to be learned, right? So let's go to Matthew 19 and 16. And it says, and behold, one came and said unto him, good master. So somebody comes up to Christ and they call him good master, right? What good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? So this man that called Christ good master had a question. He had a simple question. What can I do to obtain eternal life? Simple, right? Verse 17. And he said unto him, and this is what Christ said unto him, why callest thou me good? So Christ just for a second ignored his question, because it was something that had to be addressed. And he said, why are you calling me good? This is Christ. And he's asking this man, why are you calling me good? Right? There was none good but one. Christ said, there was none good but one. Who you think that one is? I'm asking y'all. Type it in the chat. Who do you think that one is? Who do you think that one is, y'all? Give y'all 20 more seconds before I tell y'all the answer. All right, let me tell you that. The Most High. Christ is referring to the Most High being the only one that you call good. Right, you're absolutely right. See, I should have gave you 5 more seconds. I should have gave you 5 more seconds. But you're absolutely right, sis. Christ is referring to the Most High being the Son of God. I mean, the only one that's good. He is referring to the Most High, right? So with that being said, right? With that being said, why is Christ saying only God can be called good if he is God? If y'all didn't know, this is a cut for Christians, right? This is a cut for Christians. Because Christians like to say that, you know what I'm saying? Shalom, Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahweh Shah, sis. People like to say that Christ is God. Christ said that he is God. Christ is, they like to say Christ is God, right? But here's the thing. Christ right there just said there's only one good, and that's the Most High. So if Christ was God, it wouldn't be a hard thing to understand that they are separate. Christ caused the separation. Why is Christian binding them together? I don't know. Christians like to break laws, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Let's read that again. And he said unto them, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter, so he starts to answer this brother's question. He starts to answer this brother's question. Now that he got that out the way, he told him, I'm not God. There's only one that's good. I'm not God. I'm not him. So he answers his question and says, but if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. How hard is that? If you want to enter the kingdom and have eternal life, all you got to do is follow the law, because the law is life. Breaking the law is death. It's just that simple. That's a whole nother break. That's a 2-hour breakdown within itself. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it a little more. We're going to end that right there, though. But let's get into it a little more. Let's go to Nah, I'm gonna leave it right there. Let's go to Romans 6:1. Romans 6:1. Type that up in there. I hope y'all taking notes, because I'm typing these scriptures in the chat for a reason. That's right. He is the Son of God, not God itself. But let's get with it. Oh yeah, Romans 6:1. Romans chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Because that's what Christians like to believe. So that question had to be asked, and it should be asked this day. Christians know that we are in the era of grace. We are in a grace period right now. What is a grace period? Y'all been late on bills before. I'm late on bills right now. I got a gracious landlord. You know what I'm saying? I'm late on bills right now. But when you're late on bills, what can you do? You call them up. You know what I'm saying? You call them up and you ask for a certain amount of time to pay the bill. Right? So we are in a period of grace. That's what we're in right now. We got some time to pay that bill. But the question is, shall we continue in sin? Shall we? Let's read. Verse 2. God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? Like he said, nah, la. We should not be continuing in sin. You know what I'm saying? We should not be continuing in sin just because we're in the period of grace. The whole point of grace is to pay the bill. So what? Should you wait to the last second to pay that phone bill? Wait too long. That phone get cut off. Wait too long to pay that light bill, you're going to be sitting in the dark. So, no, God forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin? How are you dead to sin? I'm asking y'all that are in here. How is somebody dead to sin? I'll give you a clue. When you were in the world and somebody got on your nerve and disrespected you or upset at you to the point you would say that person's dead to you. What did that mean? So how are you dead to sin? How is a person dead to sin? I'll give y'all a couple of more seconds to answer. Now, we got a shy class tonight, except for one person, Rainwater Blackfoot. She ain't shy at all. But how are we dead to sin? Well, let me answer it for y'all. When something is dead to you, that means it no longer exists. It's not in your presence. So when we are dead to sin, sin ain't concerned about us. Know why sin ain't concerned about us? Because we don't commit sin. We don't partake in sin. We don't interact with sin. That's how sin is dead to you. Sin is only dead to you when you're following the law. So eating pork, man, that stuff is dead to me. Buying prostitutes, that stuff is dead to me. Going to strip clubs, dead to me. Smoking, dead to me. You know what I'm saying? Charging my brother interest on when he borrows money from me, dead to me. So forth and so on. All that would be dead to me. You know what I'm saying? Homosexuality, dead to me. Pedophilia, dead to me. Doing drugs, dead to me. The lifestyle Diddy lived, dead to me. That's how you are dead to sin. You know what I'm saying? How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? So how shall we that are dead to sin, that are following the law, live any longer in it? How can we? It's impossible. You can't do two things at once. You know what I'm saying? You can't do two things at once. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to drop that right there. Let's continue with let's drop down to verse 15. Actually, let's get verse 15. Let me type that up in here. I remember verse 15. So I start at 15. Actually, let's start at 14. Start at 14. Right? Romans chapter 6, verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you. How does sin have dominion over you? Let me tell you something. When you trying to fight your demons, right? You get this lure over you. This lust to continue within that sin. You know what I'm saying? That sin has dominion over you. That means you still got to fight ahead of you. You're fighting, but you still got to fight a little harder. And when you are committing the sin, the sin definitely has dominion over you. It definitely has dominion over you. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue with that. What then shall we sin? Because, my fault, verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you. So when you break that, when you no longer breaking the law, sin ain't going to have dominion over you. For ye are not under, excuse me, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. See, this is where Christians get a lot of things messed up, right? Because it says sin will not have dominion over you, right? For ye are not under the law. See, they thinking that us being under the law or following the law, you know what I'm saying? That means sin has dominion over us. Because if we break the law, no, it doesn't work like that. The way Christians think is backwards. It's hard for me to even comprehend it. But what this is saying, for sin shall not have dominion over you, right? For ye are not under the law. What does that mean? Let me tell you, for the sake of time. There are two parts to the law. There are the law itself, the ordinances, and the punishment for breaking them. So like when you commit a crime, you are under arrest. You know what I'm saying? So when you break the law, you are under the law. You are subjected to the punishment. Well, let me tell you something. When you're not committing sin, you are no longer under that punishment. When you're not committing sin, how do I look punishing somebody for adultery if they never committed adultery? You know what I'm saying? That's how we are not under the law. And that's what Christians seem to misunderstand, right? But under grace. So because we're under grace, does that mean I don't have to worry about being punished by the law? Is that what that means? Is that what your pastor's telling you? Does that even make sense to you? Let's continue. What then? Shall we sin? Oh, because we're under grace, shall we sin? And I'm not under the law. I'm not under the punishment of the law. I'm under grace. So since I'm not under the punishment of the law and I'm under grace, I can do what I want now. That's the way Christians think. But that's not what the scripture is saying. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Because we are not under the law, but under grace. God forbid. God forbid, man. God forbid. Because if you keep on thinking like that, you're going to be in a world of hurt. I ain't going to hold you. Exactly. It's like saying Christ died so you can sin, which is probably one of the most disrespectful things I could even think of. You know what I'm saying? That is absolutely disrespectful. But let's drop that. Let's get 1 John 3 and 4. No, I did it again. All right, if you're there with me, read along. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. So that's how you commit sin. And that's why in that last verse we read, sin and under the law were two different things, because they didn't mean the same thing. One meant actually breaking the law, and the other one meant being under the punishment of breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. It's just that simple. That's what sin is. But guess what Christianity likes to do? Christians like to pull guilt trips. Christians like to say you're a sinner. You do this, you do that, you're a sinner. And also tell you that the law is done away with, but they also tell you that you're a sinner. You know why they tell you you're a sinner? Because you ain't going to church. They're just trying to guilt trip you into church so they could collect all your tithes. If I call you a sinner, it's because I actually got evidence that you broke one of the laws of God. They don't. They just call you a sinner because you probably got into an argument with them and said you ain't going to church and now you're a sinner. Because you ain't celebrating Christmas, now you're a sinner. Because, you know what I'm saying? You ain't celebrating Easter, eating that Easter ham, now you're a sinner. When you go against the church, that's what sin is to them. But sin is to the Bible is when you go against God's laws, when you break God's laws. That's what actual sin is. So for Christians to call you a sinner, they have to low-key admit that the law's still here. They have to admit that. You know what I'm saying? But let's drop that. Let's get let's go over a couple of chapters. Let's go to 5:3, 1 John 5:3. All right. If you're there, follow along with me. Follow along with me. All right. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. Actually, let's start at 2. 1 John chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God. Who are the children of God? Who are the children of God? Let me tell you something. The children of God are the Black, Hispanic, and Native people. The people that fall under the curses of Deuteronomy, which is one of my favorite subjects to teach. I should get back into that one day. But those who fall under the curses, which is only Blacks, Hispanics, and Native people, those are the children of God. Because those are the only people he said he want to be cursing for breaking his laws. Like, for example, I'll get to that later. Matter of fact, there's a certain verse I want to get into with that too. I might get to that verse next, right? But this is how we know that we love our people, right? That we love Black, Hispanic, and Native people. A lot of people say they love Black people. A lot of people even claim to be Black. Well, you see Kamala Harris, you know what I'm saying? You see Tariq Nasheed, he started a whole movement called Foundational Black Americans. Even got a flag that we're supposed to believe represents all Black people in America. He claims he loves Black people, but he don't follow the laws of God. Let me tell you how that proves that he don't love all Black people. There is a law amongst our people that we should not be marrying outside of our race. Tariq Nasheed has an oppressor as a rib. He has an oppressor as a rib. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely don't love Black people like he claimed he do. Because if he did, he'll be on some Umar Johnson type stuff and only dating Black women. But then again, Umar Johnson don't love Black women. You know why? Because he's robbing the people. That school still don't exist. Where's the money? Did he refund anybody that money? What did he do with that money? I don't know, but let's continue. When we love God and keep his commandments, that's how you know that somebody loves the people of God, is when you love God and keep his commandments. But how do you love God? Let's see. For this is the love of God. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. Let me tell you something. Same way that you love your people is the same way that you love God, which is by keeping his commandments. And what will Christians say? There's so many law, statutes, and commandments. There's so many of them. Well, guess what? Also says the commandments are not grievous. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's very simple. That's why Christ summed it down to like 2 or 3 things. Love your brother as yourself. You know what I'm saying? Love God. You know what I'm saying? I think actually you only broke it down to 2 things. Love the Most High and love your brother as you love yourself. Broke it down to 2 things. It's just that simple. But Christians will act as if it's grievous, as if it's so difficult to stop eating pork, as if it's so difficult to stop sleeping with that man's woman. It's so difficult to stop doing drugs. Y'all make it look so difficult to just follow God's laws when it's not really that difficult. Truth is, Christians are just weak. They're weak. That's the truth of it. When Christ told us himself, be ye perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect. You know what I'm saying? But to prove how you love God, you love your brother. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? But let me show you something. Let me see if I can find the scripture real quick. This is one of my favorite scriptures. I ain't gonna hold you. One of my favorite scriptures, right? And this shows you who the law was given to. And this is why God chastised us. This is why we go through the curses. This is why we go through what we go through. You know what I'm saying? This is why we go through what we go through. All right, let's read it. Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. You better be taking these notes. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. What is his word, statutes, and judgment? What is that? What can that be sewn up to? What can that be sewn up to? It's very simple. There's only 2 things it can be sewn up to. And that is his laws and his prophecies, right? He only gave his laws, statutes, and commandments and his prophecies to one family on this earth, which is his chosen people, which is Israel. And who was Israel called beforehand? Jacob. Only his children know God's law, statutes, and commandments. So I want you to keep in mind, be a parent. Think as a parent right now. If you tell your children not to cross the street, no, here's a better one. You tell your children to come in before the street lights come on, and they do. But they're looking out the window at their friends playing in the dark with the street lights on. Are you going to run outside and start being his friends? Are you going to run outside and start being your kids' friends because they didn't follow the law you gave your kids? No. No. But let's continue. He have not dealt so with any nation. No other nation other than Israelites got his law, statute, commandments, and prophecy. No other nation got that. No other nation but us. Let's continue. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. So no other nation has got his judgments. Know why they didn't get his judgments? Because they didn't get his law, statutes, and commandments. The judgment only comes with the breaking of the law, statutes, and commandments. He never gave them a law. There's no need to punish them. He has no responsibility towards them. They are props. We are the main characters of this movie. They are just extras. You know what I'm saying? So ask yourself again, would you run out there and start beating your kids' friends? Would you run out there and do that? No, I don't think you would. So when we are number one in heart disease and high blood pressure, diabetes, sexually transmitted disease, abortions, we are the top of every physical health issue on the planet. We are on top of every bad health issue, and that is because we don't follow God's laws. We're not the only one that breaks God's laws. Black, Hispanic, and Native are not the only ones eating pork. But we are leading in high blood pressure, diabetes, and everything. We're not the only ones that's sleeping with other men's women, but we are leading in AIDS and syphilis and monkeypox and all types of sexually transmitted diseases. We are number one in that because the simple fact is we are the only ones that have his laws. Yeah, the other ones can get it, but they catch cancer probably at 70 years old after a lifetime of smoking. We catch it in our 30s. We're going to get cancer in our 30s because we are breaking God's laws. The laws are still here. They're still here and they're in effect. They're in full effect. Let's go to another verse. Let's go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, 12 and 13. All right, if you're there, read along with me. Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. This is our whole purpose on this planet. This is why we are here on this earth today. This is why we are here. Don't get it mistaken, right? Let's hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God. That's very important. Fear God. Why would you fear God? What does it mean to fear God? It's very simple. If you fear God, you won't break his law. What, know why? Because you know he'll deal with you in a way that you don't want to be dealt with. There's things worse than death. Yep, to keep his law. That's how you fear God. There's things worse than death. Because, you know, if you die, you're coming back. That's Israelite culture. That's what we believe. That's why we don't fear death. That's why we do the things that we do. That's why we speak so boldly in the face of our oppressors. But if you fear God, let me tell you something. You wouldn't eat pork. Because, yeah, he can give you high blood pressure, diabetes, gout. You know what I'm saying? Imagine taking insulin for the rest of your life. Oh, every day being poked by a needle. So many people fear needles too. But he could take you out instantly too, and it will have nothing to do with eating pork. You know, some will. You could die of a heart attack as you're chewing on a pork chop sandwich. I don't know, people still make those. I used to tear those down back in the day. But you could be eating a pork chop sandwich and die of a heart attack. You could be eating bacon, egg, and cheese. You know what I'm saying? A pork, bacon, egg, and cheese. I know in New York, y'all bacon, egg, and cheese usually ain't even pork. Usually turkey or beef. But you could be eating a bacon, egg, and cheese on your way to work and get hit by a Mack truck. That's what people don't understand. hit by a Mack truck because you're eating a bacon, egg, and cheese. People don't fathom that. The Most High would deal with you as he wants to. That's why you must fear him. That's why you must fear him. Because you won't even know how he will deal with you. But he will. Well, let's continue. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. That is our whole duty. That is our one job. We got one job, and that is to follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. How hard is that? How hard is that? All you have to do is follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. It's just that easy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to end this class with one more verse. Let's go to Isaiah 30. Isaiah 30, I believe it's 9 or 19, one of the two. Let me type it in here. Let me see what it is before I type it in. Yep, 30 and 9. All right, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 9. That this is a rebellious people. Us, Black, Hispanic, and natives, we are rebellious. We just want to be like the other nations. Everybody likes to say that the other nations like to copy us. The truth is, we like to copy them. We want to be just like them. We want to do what they do. The thing is, when we do it, we make it look good. We make everything they do, all the wickedness they do, just 3 times worse. We make everything they do just look just that good, that we think that is actually us. We think that it belongs to us. We think smoking weed is Black culture. It's not. We think strip clubs is Black culture. It's not. We think selling drugs is Black culture. It's not. This is their culture. And when we do it, we just look better at doing it, so they point it all on us. And we gladly accept it. But we are a rebellious people. Lying children. We are lying children. We say that we love God, and we just straight up and lying. You say God knows your heart. Yeah, he does. He knows that you are a filthy drunk and a molester and everything else that you do. He knows all that. He knows all that. Let's get with it. Children that will not hear the law of the Lord. Your Christian church will not hear the law of the Lord. Your mama, she won't hear the law of the Lord. Tell your mama that you ain't coming over for Thanksgiving. She don't want to hear nothing about how it's killing the native Indians and all that. She don't want to hear none of that. She don't want to hear about brotherhood and God's law, how we shouldn't be following the culture of other nations. No, she don't want to hear none of that. You know what I'm saying? Us as Black, Hispanic, and natives, we do not want to hear the law of the Lord. And that's something that we got to fix as a people. And that's what us in the I.S.U.P.K job is to do, to make sure that our people follow the law of the Lord. It's not that grievous. It's not that hard to do. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. And if you want to be a trooper in the school, get in all black, black boot, black shirt, black pants, you know what I'm saying? Put in your time, put in your days, you get your Hebrew name, you know what I'm saying? Then you become a trooper. That's when your life is no longer yours, when you become a trooper. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to those brothers in Hebrew Academy right now. You know what I'm saying? And make your check-ins every Wednesday with the head of the school. You know what I'm saying? And if you are interested in a new brother or new sister in the school, you know what I'm saying? If you're interested in a new brother and new sister in the school, they got to do their 90 days first. They got to do their 90 days so they can rid themselves of this world. Give them a chance to rid themselves of this world, become a whole new person, fight the demons that are on them, just like you had that chance to fight the demons that are on you. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom. If you got any questions, y'all got my numbers. It's literally in the description.